Welcome back to Money Mondays, a episode series that I'm doing every Monday. This is episode 3, so this is the time where you should get your coffee or your tea or whatever you like to drink in the morning, and let's jump into this video. So right now I have 5 boring side hustles that will make you some money. So disclaimer, just because you apply doesn't mean you'll get it, and just because you really want to make a lot of money at whatever side hustle doesn't mean that that is what you will do. Everybody's results are different. It depends on the effort that you put into it. So now that that disclaimer is over, it just seems like a lot of creators talk about side hustles and all these things being so exciting and you'd love to do them, but there are some quiet side hustles, some boring side hustles that also make money too. So that's what we're going to get into today. So I have 5 side hustles for you guys, and I am going to be grading them on a scale of 1 star to 5 stars, and it's going to be graded on ease to start. So how easy is it for you to start the side hustle, and the investment, like the money that you have to put up front to get started with this. That's also going to be on a 1 to 5 scale. So let's get into number 5. Number 5 is going to be dog sitting. So dog sitting is really, really easy to do if you like dogs. And some people do dog drop-ins, or they stay in the home and watch the person's dogs if they have multiple dogs. But I want to show you this lady named Megan. She made a YouTube short and she made $1,500 in 1 month just from dog sitting, dog walking, and drop-in.
Hi, my name is Megan. I'm 25 years old, and this is how much I made pet sitting during the month of May. I did a variety of jobs such as dog walking, drop-in visits, cat visits, and house sitting. I made $485 in drop-in visits, $185 on walks, $280 house sitting, and then I also made $11 from WAG and $546.40 from Rover. This brings my grand total to be $1,507.40 for the month of May. I did also take a week off of pet sitting during Memorial Day weekend, and I definitely would have made more, but I also enjoy my time and traveling, so I'm pretty happy with how much I made this month.
That is a really good example of, in real time, how much you can make with dog sitting. So there's so many other videos. People film their dog sitting videos and how they do it and how much they make and all these different things. She said that she used WAG and Rover. You could also go to your local neighborhood and say, hey, I live down the street. I'm doing dog walking during the day, so if you're at work, I can come in and walk your dog, or whatever the case. But I think the easiest would be to go to WAG and go to Rover to get your clients. So for this one, for ease to start, I'm giving this one 5 stars because it is very easy to start. All you do is register with Rover or WAG, or like I said, go to your local neighborhood, your dog park, and just pass out cards and say, this is what I do and this is my rate. And for investment, I would say also a 5 star because you don't need a lot of money to invest. I mean, you want to have a car so you can get to these different people, but if you live in a city and you take jobs that are walkable, then you don't need any investment and any money to start. Again, dog sitting, it's not glamorous. If you like being outside and you love dogs, then definitely this is a way to make some cash. All right, number 4 is selling baked goods from your home. So if you're already a person who knows how to bake cookies, cupcakes, anything, this is a really good side hustle for you. I want you to take a look at this college student. She started baking cookies and selling them from her own home.
No one talks about this enough, but home baking can be one of the easiest side hustles to start because you don't need thousands of dollars to get started, and you can do it right from your home. So here are 3 things I did to turn my cookie business into real income while being in university and working 2 other jobs. Number 1, I focused on selling one amazing baked good. For me, that was my brown butter cookies. I had 0 business background when I started, but I knew people loved the cookies because customers were coming back every single week for them. Number 2, I set aside at least 3 days a week for my business. You don't need to bake every single day to make money from home. I split my week into prep day, bake day, and pickup day.
So that's just a little bit of how she started and how she works and her workflow and everything, from baking the cookies to getting them sold. And she did mention that you don't have to have a brick and mortar store in order to sell the cookies or to sell whatever your baked goods are. Now, for this one, I will say, since you're like selling food, check out your cottage laws for your area. That is kind of like permits on whether you can sell this or that from your own home, and then the regulations behind it. So check out those cottage laws for your state. But after you do your research, if you're a person who likes to bake, go for it. So for ease, I would say 2 stars because it is not that easy just to bake and be organized and get all the ingredients and all the things. So if you're already somebody who bakes, then it might be easy, but just from somebody starting from scratch, no. So I give this one 2 stars. And also investment, you're gonna have to go out, get the flours, all the groceries that you need to bake whatever you're baking. And then she had in the little video boxes and labels and stuff. You're gonna have to go and buy boxes for your products, labels, and things like that. For investment, I would also give it 2 stars because you're gonna need some money up front in order to buy your stuff. So just a little quick story. One time I was at a farmer's market and I did see somebody, she did homemade cupcakes and cakes. And so she started baking the cupcakes and cakes for birthday parties. And then after a while, it was a full-blown business where she had 4 and 5 big orders every month. So first it started out as just a hobby, then it went to a side hustle, and now it's a full-blown business for her. I see her pretty much every time I go to the farmer's market selling her cupcakes and her cakes. Okay, number 3 is online notary. So we know you can be a notary and then go in person to loan closings and home closings and things and document signings, but online notary is something that is really starting to heat up. I wanted to put you guys onto it. This creator right here, she is an online notary.
This is how I earn $200 without ever leaving my house, and I do this by offering remote online notary services. And in the next 20 seconds, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. First, I make sure the documents are loaded. My Zoom and Adobe are all set to go. My Wi-Fi, solid. My Vibe, calm and collected. My MacBook, yeah, 6% isn't gonna cut it, so I had to run and grab my charger. So, okay, I guess we were mostly calm, but now we're ready to start. Just to let you know, the call is being recorded for record keeping and compliance purposes. My name is Sierra. I am a notary and commissioner based here in Ontario. If I can just please have you state your full name for the record. And just like that, I made $200 in less than 10 minutes, even with all of this cat hair on me. Do you think that this is a job you'd love to do too? If yes, then let me know in the comments by dropping the word notary, and I will send you my
So that was a creator called the Notary Blueprint, and she is an online notary, and she just said that she made $200 in 10 minutes. I'm gonna give you my 1 to 5 stars on this. I would say ease to start is a 3 because you do have to get your notary license. Now check in your state if your state is going to allow your notary license to do closings and loan signings online. And if they're not, then you can be a notary just in person, and you would have to drive here and there to whatever your job is. But I would say ease of use, like I said, is a 3 because you do have to take exams to be a notary. It's not difficult. I'm a notary. It is something that you're gonna have to put some effort into. And then investment, I would say you have to buy your stamp and you have to buy your book and you have to go to your local courthouse in order to get sworn in. That has to be in person. Although now they could probably do that online too if your state allows online. Definitely check this one out. Let me know down in the comments because some people are talking about it a lot, and then I see some sites don't talk about this being a lucrative side hustle. But I found this video and I was like, $200 in 10 minutes is not bad. All of my introverts out there, if you're like, no, I am not getting on a Zoom with nobody to sign anything, no. And then number 2 is online service arbitrage. Let me break this down. What this is you're connecting a person who can do the service to a person who needs the service. So somebody needs a logo made. You are connecting the graphic designer to the person who needs the logo made, and then you're the middle person and you keep the difference for connecting them, whatever your fee is for connecting them. Same with somebody who might need video editing, website creation, or Pinterest management, or all these different kind of things. You might say, okay, well, isn't Fiverr doing this, and isn't Upwork doing this, and isn't Thumbtack doing this? They are doing this at a greater scale, and you could do this on a smaller scale, like a boutique agency in your area, and say, well, I have 5 people who can do XYZ, and I know 5 people who need this thing done, or painters, and I know 5 people who need painters, or maybe I know 10 realtors who like to suggest their homeowners that they're about to sell their house, oh, you should paint your house before you take the pictures to put it on the market. I actually know somebody who can connect me with a few painters that might be available. So this one is gonna take a little bit of organization because it takes a lot of structure in order to make money, but ease to start, I would say a 4 stars because you don't need a whole lot to start. You don't need a whole lot of software to start. You're just reaching out to your network. And then investment, I would say like a 1 because you're investing a lot of time into the relationships and reaching out and contacting. And you might also want to get a software to help you manage all of these connections. So I would say a 1 in investment because it's not going to be a quick turnaround. Sometimes it might be, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be a quick turnaround for that one. But I really like this one, so I put it on the list because for people who have specialties and people who are social butterflies, who might know a lot of people, this would be perfect. Okay, and my last last one, number 1, is Pinterest affiliate marketing. So this one surprised me because not a lot of people are talking about Pinterest affiliate marketing because Pinterest is not a social media platform. It seems to be more of a search engine. People go there to buy things and look for things, look for an outfit or look for a recipe or look for whatever. It's not people talking, doing all the things like on a social media platform. But I have this on the list because let me explain to you how you're gonna make money from Pinterest affiliate marketing. So what you would do is you would create a pin. You could do this in any software like Canva or something like that, and then attach it to your affiliate link of a product that you like, that you've already purchased. Say I like this Barbie doll that I got for my child. Create a pin about it, and then when that person clicks on your link to buy that item, then you get a commission. This sounds like a lot of effort up front and then a lot of hoping that your link will be used, but you have to think of it like, if I just do this once, then this is just kind of out there on Pinterest for the years to come. So this could be making me money for years, or has the potential to. I'm not saying it definitely will. For the stars, for ease to start, if you kind of know how to do graphic design, which Canva makes it really easy, I would say ease to start is 5. Like, it's really easy to start this, and you probably already have a Pinterest account right now. And I would say investment, I would say a 4, not because you need a lot of money invested in this, but because you're going to need some time to research what are the best affiliate products to get, grab the affiliate link, create the pin, put that out there. So I wouldn't say investment in money. Like I said, I would say investment in time. So these are the 5 boring side hustles that I have for you guys. Please let me know if you liked any of these. Please let me know which one you want to do and which one you think best fits your lifestyle right now. I tried to give you guys the most flexible ones ever with this list. So come back next week. We're going to do another episode of Money Mondays, and let me know down in the comments if you guys like this series. Then I'll try to make it a little bit longer. Right now I only have 4 episodes that I'm planning out, but if you guys like this, then I will plan out more episodes on Money Monday. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to share this video, like it, because that tells the algorithm that you found value in this video, and subscribe so you don't miss next week. See you in the next video. Bye.